Our collective aspiration as a safe, equitable, and prosperous future has been challenged over the last 2 years. As the world wrestles with the tragedy, trauma, and adverse impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, Sierra Leone appreciates all COVID-19 specific resolutions of the General Assembly and Security Council.
COVID-19 and climate change dominated the start of this year's United Nations General Assembly, as the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres warned that an increasingly divided world is on the edge of an abyss. He stressed that it is now time to aspire hope and action to fix the social contract and multilateral pathway for a better world. The UN Secretary General spoke on 6 important areas to focus on.
COVID and the climate crisis have exposed profound fragilities as societies and as a planet. Yet instead of humility in the face of these epic challenges, we see hubris. Instead of the path of solidarity, we are on a dead end to destruction. At the same time, another disease is spreading in our world today, a malady of mistrust.
The President of the United States of America, Joe Biden, also appealed to the different heads of states to work together in saving lives and fighting the pandemic. Joe Biden disclosed the negative effects of climate change that have been affecting the world, especially flooding, waves, and rising seas. He emphasized protecting democracy, good governance for the people, and that world leaders must work together.
To keep within our reach the vital goal of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, every nation needs to bring their highest possible ambitions to the table when we meet in Glasgow for COP26. And then have to keep raising our collective ambition over time. In April, I announced the United States' ambitious new goal under the Paris Agreement to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from the United States by 50 to 52% below 2005 levels by 2030, as we work toward achieving a clean energy economy with net zero emissions by 2050.
After the opening ceremony of the 76th United Nations General Assembly, President Julius Maada Bio met with the private sector and the Director General of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo. She commended President Bio for the strong leadership and hard work he has been embarking on for the people of Sierra Leone. She highlighted plans that were underway to purchase more vaccines for developing countries, as Africa needed to do more in terms of vaccination. Mrs. Okonjo explained to President Julius Maada Bio about more investment in agriculture for sustainable food security, fish sector, and entrepreneurship for women as well.
You know, from the perspective of the continent, there are certain things we want artisanal fisheries to be taken out, because that's not the issue. No one is subsidizing that. We also want policy space to develop a bit of industrial fisheries. But within that, I'm asking them to be a bit flexible, you know, in terms of their negotiation, so that we can conclude. Because you can think about it. If we don't, it's no skin off the nose of those subsidizing, is it? They've had this status quo for 21 years. They can just continue. So if you can signal, send the signal. I spoke to His Excellency President Akufo-Addo, also as head of ECOWAS, to let our trade ministers know that they should push in this direction. So I would like your help with that.
President Bio congratulated Madam Ngozi Okonjo on her new appointment and good work in supporting African countries. President Bio noted that Sierra Leone is not yet done with the COVID-19 vaccination process, but that at least 1% has been done, and that there was the need to do more, noting that a massive campaign for citizens to be vaccinated was underway.
Gone to fruition yet, and that is what we're doing. You know, we an annual national budget of just a little over $1 billion. It's difficult to tell somebody to give you 1.7 billion. So we've been struggling with that. We've had several approaches. We have done a lot of presentations, but it is so transformational. It is so important to Sierra Leone that we have to find a means to do it. 1.2 for national development on that scale that is so transformational. It may look big, but it's small. Yeah.
Because the rate of return over the years is going to be very
Exactly. So that is where we are. We've had a lot of the French company Eiffage came in and they did most of the estimates. They did some pre-feasibility studies. Yes, and we have the data and everything.
President Bio also had bilateral talks with the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Felix Tshisekedi, to chart the way forward for more cooperation between the two countries.